Did you ever wonder what it would be like to be one of the last people on Earth?
We're talking ghost town!
Who would you see?
There's nobody. There's nobody. Ah!
What would you do?
Hey, I'm sorry if the end of the world makes me a little nervous.
Where would you go?
The stars are open!
Well, get ready to find out, because the comet is coming into your orbit.
The legal drinking age is now 10, but you will need ID. Let's be real.
It's the night of the comet.
What do you give me if I come back?
Texas?
Night of the comet.
I'll be taking requests from all you teenage comet zombies.
The night the teenagers ruled the world.
Yeah!
Night of the comet.
The burden of civilization is on us.
Fiction, isn't it?
All right. We'll give it 5 seconds for Harambe.
Man, it sucks. It's only been like a few weeks and we've already cut his time in half.
I know. Poor fucking Harambe.
Well,
Maybe you need to, maybe I think you specifically, Brock, need to maybe take a little time of introspection and get in touch with Harambe so that you can get back in the fold here.
He needs to lead me.
5 seconds. Like, you're taking away half his time, but what's 5 seconds to you? You're living.
You know what? Harambe, take the wheel.
Harambe, take the wheel.
Harambe is my co-pilot.
Yeah, Harambe sits next to me.
For your website, you do need to make a Harambe is my co-pilot like
Yes.
bumper sticker.
Yeah, Harambe. Oh my God.
Anywho, 10
Okay.
seconds for Harambe.
Okay.
And Harambe.
Cool. Welcome to the Drop Culture Podcast. This is a podcast that picks up that piece of pop culture that you forgot about or missed, shines it up real nice, and then crams it in your ear holes. I'm Brock. In the studio, as always, we have to the right of me,
Mitchell. And to the right of me.
Oh, Dan.
and this week's topic is Night of the Comet.
Yes.
Love this movie.
A movie that I've never heard of, never seen anything until I watched it for this.
What'd you think?
I actually really liked it. It was, I watched the trailer first because that usually gets me a little excited if it has a slower start, you know?
Yeah.
And so I watched the trailer to kind of get a idea of it. After doing so, I was like, okay, this actually kind of seems interesting. And it seemed more of for a younger audience at that time to grasp them, but also have that element of a horror movie / adventure.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we can get into how that was kind of developed here in just a bit, actually.
Well, basically, let's take you through the synopsis real quick on this movie. It's about a comet that passes Earth that's basically in such a wide elliptical orbit that it only passes once every, 250,000 years or something.
Longer than that, because the last time it was
years,
there, the dinosaurs passed.
Yeah, so it's 65 million
overnight.
years.
And don't forget, it also makes the sky turn into 70s graphics.
Well,
Of course
I know,
it does.
right? Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Purple background.
Isn't
with-
that what happens when your once every 65 million year comet comes by?
If that happened for the dinosaurs, at least they went out in awe. They were just like, wow.
Hopefully they were on some psilocybin.
Yeah, they probably were.
But
they
yet
were eating-
it never penetrated their bones. The fossils.
Oh my
and everything.
God.
Oh.
Fuck you, Mitch.
I'm sorry. It's something I
Well,
watched.
No,
Gone.
because the dinosaurs were larger, their bones were denser.
Oh, we just nailed it. We just figured it out. It
That was close.
this
That was a total bullshit, but it was close.
it works.
So close.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, it crosses Earth on December 14th, like 1986 or some shit like
I had
that.
forgot that this was a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Like, it'd been a long time since I've seen
I
this.
wasn't even born.
Yeah, it was basically 11 more days of shopping for this Christmas. So
What day was it?
December 14th.
Okay.
I think somebody actually put it out. It's in the trivia for IMDb.
Actually, before we get too deep, I want to say the one reason I knew this wasn't going to be a huge, like, big horror movie, because it wasn't like a really horror.
You mean really steeped in horror?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a big movie, just like deep into the horror aspect of it, is because they didn't have some type of nut or preacher out on the road going, the
end is nigh.
Yeah.
No, they had
Nothing.
people out in the streets with signs that said, "I love the Comet."
The Comet has done nothing for me, but I am in love with it.
Yes. Everything is safe.
It's a reason to
Yes.
It's a reason to celebrate. So
Yes.
Exactly.
It's a
Kind of how Halley's Comet was back in the 80s.
Yeah. I think somebody even says something about that in that, or
Yeah, they do.
yeah, Haley's Comet passed by, and I was only 4.
Halley's Comet,
Four.
just a little quick note. Mark Twain was born when the Halley's Comet came through and died when the Halley's Comet came
That's
through the
right.
next time.
That's right.
He was exactly 75, I think it is, or
Something
whatever.
like that. Yeah, Samuel Clemens.
What are the odds of that? He's on that
Not
star.
very good, I wouldn't think.
That's fucked up.
He rides that comet now forever.
Oh, you know what? If it's worth doing, you got to do it right.
That's right.
Okay,
They're
thank
all-
you for
they're all-
going along with my thing, but we can move on.
They're all Aryans. Okay. So now we've given you the basic plot of it, right? Let's kind of get into who directed, everything like that. So it was directed by Thomas Eberhardt.
Yes.
And he also wrote it as well. A couple of notable films that I researched about him. He did Captain Ron.
Yeah, I saw that.
Fucking awesome. And everybody loves Kurt Russell in that movie. He was
Absolutely.
pretty bitchin'. And then he also did Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
I saw that as well.
But not the first one?
No.
Just Honey, I Blew Up the Kid.
The second one. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's I don't know, it's pretty fucking cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't really have a big prolific career, but then he made this movie, which is literally like gold. I think even Mary Warnoff, she basically said something like, "This is not going to last. It's not very culturally."
Well,
Blah, blah,
and when
blah.
we get into her character, we'll talk about why maybe her perspective was that way.
A little skewed. Well,
Yeah.
we'll talk about her.
Yeah,
in a minute.
yeah, exactly.
It was produced by Wayne Crawford. He was a producer on Hill Street Blues.
Well, there you go. I mean,
Yeah.
what more can you ask for?
Yeah, and then Andrew Lane, Valley Girl.
Yes.
That's where the connection.
That's
with
where
a
we
lot of
get
stuff.
to a lot of connections with this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
and
there's
really,
a-
this is what the studio wanted, was to build off of that Valley Girl had just been successful the prior year.
Correct.
So
They
yeah.
even had the soundtrack for Valley Girl
Yes.
on it, and then also this is a very big influence for Joss Whedon
Yes.
for Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
yes.
So did you know that, Mitch?
I did not.
That was
I really
he,
didn't.
he
Cool.
cited the main character, well, the two girl characters,
Yeah.
as his inspiration for
Yeah.
Buffy.
That's really
It's
cool.
fucking cool, man.
Well, they were
Yeah.
just like, go get them gunners, you know?
Yeah.
But-
Well, they were trained by
Right.
their dad.
That's right.
Yeah. So it was just pretty cool. And
So
then
before we get too far into actors or anything like that, this movie had a budget of $700,000.
for the time that was nothing. It was 1984.
Right.
It's still nothing. It's
And
even
it
more
gro-
of nothing.
And it grossed on its first weekend $3.5 million,
Oh,
and made $14.4 million before it was all said and done.
Big
That
success
was a
for the
good
80s.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For 1984, shit. Because what other movie,
$700,000 budget, dude.
what other movie came out after this one that was kind of another sci-fi kind of a deal that did pretty good afterwards too? Anyway,
After this one?
yeah, there was one that came out like a couple of weeks afterwards. It was
Well, I know
actually pretty big.
this and Last Starfighter came out the same year.
Yeah, because
And she's
it's-
in both of them. We'll get into her.
Yeah,
here in just a
Catherine Mary
minute, but-
Stewart.
Yeah.
Okay, cinematography was done by Arthur Albert. He did the cinematography. I can't say it.
cinematography.
Okay. For Happy Gilmore, Better Call Saul, Dirty Work.
Oh.
Fucking Dirty Work's pretty
Better
bad.
Call Saul
Absolutely.
as well.
I love
Nice.
that one. And it was edited by Fred Stafford. He also did a lot of the sound editing too. And if you listen to this one too, I love to watch these movies now that I've watched them so many times on a regular TV speakers. If you watch them with headphones, you can hear,
Oh.
the meticulous, quality to the sound effects in a lot of these, which is pretty
Absolutely.
cool. So they really get you. And in the theaters, you really can't hear just the same way. but even then they were still doing THX stuff. They invented the extra speaker and all the other crap like that with Star Wars.
And I recommend if you can't just do the headphone thing, which is awesome because you hear a lot, just have a really good car stereo. Because if you have a car stereo that you can play a movie through, and you have that set up right, oh my God, dude.
You're in the right spot.
Because you're just in this capsule, you know? Like, I'm just going to sit here for 2 hours and watch a movie.
That'd be cool.
Fine with that.
Yeah, oh yeah. We used to watch Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the way to school.
Yeah, nice.
Turn it up on my stereo in my truck, and it was like, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was awesome. Okay.
Anyways.
So let's get into all the principal actors in this one. Robert Beltran, he played Hector, right?
That's Hector.
Or Heck.
Hector.
What was his name? Heck something Garcia or something like that.
Killed my father prepared to die.
Right.
You know, this dude was in another Mary Warnoff movie. He was in Eating Raoul.
Yes.
And he was also Chakotay on one of the
Star Trek Voyager, which he actually won like a daytime, or not a daytime, but he won some sort of awards for.
Yeah.
Was it an Emmy?
I think probably.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's a good actor, and he didn't really want to do this one at first because he didn't want to perpetuate the Cholo style
culture.
to it.
Right.
He looks the same. He doesn't look any older.
No,
I think most of these characters were, and like in real life
Ageless.
now,
Yeah.
for real, they all look really close. You can tell they're older, but
So I didn't watch Star Trek. So I didn't know that
he was a
on-
space Indian.
No, I had no idea. But what I remembered this guy from was Chuck Norris, Lone Wolf McQuaid.
Yep.
Because
That
he
was
was
the
the
other one I was gonna
deputy
say.
in that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember him in parts like that, and of course, Eating Raoul.
Yep. That was his first movie, I think. He was friends with the director of Eating Raoul and decided that he was going to do that. But that's got Mary Warnoff and Paul Bartel.
Yes.
So, and they were also in another movie together, which was Chopping Mall.
Which is we'll get to in a minute too, because it's got some other principal actors in it.
Yes, exactly. So after that, we got Catherine Mary Stewart. She plays Reggie or Regina. Of course, The Last Starfighter, bitchin' movie. Yes.
Absolutely.
Love that movie.
Now, she's the older girl, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the intense Tempest problem. She has to play the Tempest and has to fill all the
Right.
yes.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
She's got intense eyes when she plays that game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like, that joystick was going so crazy.
those
That you're like,
brows.
you're not
Those
okay.
brows.
Yeah. DMK.
Yeah. DMK.
She's like, who the fuck is DMK?
Dude, I totally forgot about that. And then of course we'll talk about it.
Yeah. But then she was also in Weekend at Bernie's. I always forget
Yes,
she's in
there
that
we
movie.
go.
I always forget she's in there. And then when I see it, I'm like, oh, that's Catherine Mary Stewart.
With her, the reason I think she's ageless is because she was like, yeah, Mom, I'm 18 in this movie. And I'm like, dude, you look 27.
Yeah. She's like, I'm like 18 and I could do what I want to.
Yeah, and you're like, dude, you look way older than that.
She had a bit part in Nighthawks before this.
Really?
Yeah, she was the sales girl. in
Nighthawks
with Sylvester Stallone and Billy D. Williams.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking about watching that one the other day.
Yeah.
Because it's on Netflix or... Yeah, I think it's on Netflix.
But then she kind of faded off for a while, raised her family, like she has some kids, and then she's kind of come back recently, and it looks like she does a lot of TV movies and things like that.
She started in on like One Life to Live or a TV show like that.
A lot of the females that are in here, the two younger ones, actually a lot of the actors were in daytime soap operas.
Yeah, Kelly Maroney.
Yeah.
Which she played Samantha, which was the younger sister, right? She was on Chopping Mall. She was on Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, she was Cindy Carr.
Correct. So that was another teen movie. Didn't they film this one at the same kind of mall, the Sherman Oaks Mall, that they did everywhere else?
I would assume, but I don't know
at
that.
Sherman Oaks Mall. Yeah, which I want to go to there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because I think all of them were kind of filmed in the same kind of where it's like a multi-story mall. And I love that character that's in there,
Right.
Willie.
What about a theme park, but it has a different style to the theme park where it's themes of different movies, so scene parks.
Oh,
God, that would be bitchin'.
Brilliant.
So you could
Trademark.
go
There you go.
to the
Trademark the
scenes,
Drop Culture podcast.
Drop Culture Podcast.
all the
trademark.
most iconic, and
2020.
like the gas stations, the Clerk's gas station.
That would be
It's
fucking
all black
awesome.
and white
Awesome,
inside.
yeah.
All the things are
You
printed
could
black
take
and white.
old malls and do that.
Yeah, that would be so cool.
They're all right there.
and actually still
What
sell
else
it.
is going on in there? Nothing.
You could go to Brody's comic book shop
Yes.
inside the fucking mall.
That'd be so cool.
You know, you could go get a pretzel A chocolate covered pretzel.
Yeah.
Maybe go to the new cookie place upstairs.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
I mean, and then you could go to like the
any movie with an iconic place.
yeah,
is like
in the
that
mall.
kind of cool thing.
And then every like 4 hours, some dude can like